Zabe, we have not done this in a long time. It is good to talk with you. And BMitch, I appreciate the theme music as always.
John's the biggest Prince fan out there.
I love it. So John, last time you and I actually, I think, were within eyesight of each other, even though we didn't speak, June 7th, 2018.
Damn.
You remember what happened on that day?
It was a good day, so I think maybe this is going to bring about good events is the best that I can imagine here. Yeah, that was
Stanley Cup Game 5 in Vegas, 4-3 final. Cup gets raised. I'm there as a fan just because a friend of a friend said, hey, I got a ticket. You want to come out? And I'm like, hell yeah. And I'm like, they better win it tonight because this is the only ticket I have for the series. Like, if it goes further than this. But then I saw you got to have your skate with Lord Stanley, and you talked about how much it meant to you as a kid growing up with the game of hockey, and I thought that is a really cool, special thing. I was very happy for you, John.
Yeah, that was an amazing night, and easily in 15 seasons here, the best moment I think you could ever ask for. And yeah, just the memories of that. It's funny, you know, as a kid and, in your 20s and whatever, going to Vegas with your buddies, you never could have imagined that the best hockey moment you'd ever have in your life, and certainly one of the best moments of your life, period, would be in Vegas. It would have nothing to do with winning anything other than just being along for the ride with the greatest group of guys ever. It was such a special time back then.
Very cool. And Alex Ovechkin is still churning along. I would have ventured to bet that many casual sports fans, not from D.C., that know of Ovechkin, that don't follow the NHL on the regular, might be shocked to be like, he's still playing? He's 40, and I know he broke the record last year, so that would catch the eye of the casuals.
He's 40, and he got a hat trick last night.
Right. Okay. So give me your perspective on the unbelievable Russian machine that never breaks, even at 40.
This season has been wild in the fact that not just with Alex, but in the first quarter of the season, which really kind of came to a close earlier this week, this team had trouble scoring goals. It seemed to be contagious. The special teams haven't been very good. And they started out winning 6 of 8, but then they went a stretch of 10 games and they only won twice and things weren't going very well. And then all of a sudden this week, in beating Los Angeles and then just beating up on Edmonton here and then pummeling Montreal last night, and Alex, again, is right in the middle of it. And he had a hat trick last year against Edmonton in February, 32nd hat trick of his career. And the way he started, it's like, okay, he's getting a few, and he's starting to heat up a little bit. But, when he goes into Montreal, something special happens. He has hat tricked them 4 times now, the most of any single team in his career.
Damn.
And it's not even a divisional team, right? Like you'd expect if it were – the Rangers or the Flyers or even back in the Southeast Division days, the Florida Panthers or Tampa Bay or something. They've never been in division with Montreal. That doesn't seem to matter. He just goes in there and beats them up. So even at 40, and to be able to do what he did at the end of the game. And, guys, I want to talk a little bit about Dylan Strome last night because Ovi got the hat trick in large part because of a pass that Dylan made to him. And we're like, wow, Dylan had this tremendous night, 3 assists, and we're talking about it. And we didn't know what had happened during the game where, his wife was due in 2 weeks with their 3rd child, a daughter. And we find out when we walk in the room, Ovi actually talked first, and he was talking about Stromer and a big night for his family. And, Mike Vogel and I are looking at each other like, what's he talking about? I have no idea what's happening right now. And then Stromer comes like, I have something to say. And he breaks down. He starts crying. He's emotional. He missed the birth of his daughter. It happened so fast. She went in during the warm-up of the game last night, and the child was born by 7:30. We weren't even out of the first period yet.
Wow.
And so here he is, not even in the country, and this wildly emotional moment. I mean, you guys have been in a whole lot of locker rooms, and I have too. I've never had a moment like that where I'm looking across at other people in the scrum going, well, didn't expect this. I thought we were going to talk about 8 goals and a big Caps win here, and now suddenly we've taken a big left turn. And It was emotional. It was bonding, I think, for these guys, too. It was just such a wild room, and they were so supportive of him, and it was so emotional. And just on a random Thursday night in November in the middle of the season, it was crazy last night.
So imagine the stories they're going to tell that kid.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Baby, you know the night you were born?
Right. So Ovechkin has the hat trick, but Strome had the life trick.
Yeah.
A third daughter, John. Third daughter on a three assist night.
Yeah.
Now, I've got 2 daughters, but 3 daughters. I mean, it's going to be a wild ride in their teenagers. You got 3 daughters, BMitch?
Yes.
3 for 3?
Not well.
And
3
a
or
son?
4.
Okay.
Son was first, and then I got 3 in a row.
Well, you know how it is when they're teenagers. So you're going to be a wild ride with 3 daughters when they're in high school. But it's what a blessing that is. And I am hoping and assuming, John, that the Caps social media team has some assets of that moment that they're going to put out at some point.
Oh yeah, they've got video out. They're so good at that. Like they
Is
had
it out
stuff
already?
Last night. Yeah, it's out there. And then, so I mean, I was sitting there asking a question. That was, I'm ready to ask a hockey question, and then we're hit with that, and it was like, well, what do you ask now? So Mike Vogel actually started, and he said, just what. The emotion of it. And then I said, what did it mean to have your teammates behind you? I mean, that's such a, in a way, I mean, it's pretty devastating. The due date was in 2 weeks. Like we were talking about the California trip in 2 weeks. Like maybe Dylan wouldn't be there for part of it because of the birth of their child. And here he is in Montreal. We were gone. We were only in Montreal for 22 hours. I mean, we got in at 2 a.m. We were out last night before midnight.